Let's see if that works. Just gonna make sure we're actually working. Yay! You can see my face. Amazing. This is weird. I haven't done a live stream in so long, so I think we're just gonna get into it before it starts to feel too weird. Oh my goodness, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining me. I am gonna be checking on the chat. That's why we've got the laptop here. I'm really excited to do this. I don't want to waste too much time. My goal is to do Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo today. So we'll see how we go. But it is so wonderful to be back, honestly. I feel like live streams are a beautiful way of connecting and really getting the energy of the viewer in. So whether you interact or not, it doesn't matter. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I'm so grateful that you're able to exchange energy with me. We're going to get predictions for Capricorn. I will be looking over at the chat from here every now and then. Sometimes I get carried away channeling. I'm not used to live streaming either, so we're just gonna see what happens. But we're getting rest of January predictions for Capricorn. As the title suggests, I feel like we need to kind of keep it traditional. We've got some beautiful decks here. Actually, let's do this. We'll do the Dreamy Moons deck for Caps. As I shuffle, it's a good idea for you to set your intentions as a viewer. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad. Let's see. Yeah, bless. It's coming through the mic. Awesome. Okay, so set your intentions as a viewer. What is it that you want to know about the rest of your January 2025? Spirit, please help me channel clear, honest messages for the Capricorns that are watching this reading. What is happening for the rest of January for the Capricorns watching this reading? I keep seeing little bits of fluff. That's not good. Okay. Probably the squeakiest chair I could have chosen, so we'll see how we go. All right, Spirit. What can you tell us about the rest of January for my Capricorns? I am filming this on the 14th of January. So we're about halfway through the month. First card to come out for you is the Queen of Crystals. Interesting. Some Swords energies. Whoa, too many. I'll take you. We might switch decks. This one's got too much chaos, which could be me as well. Six of Stars. Interesting. Three of Stars coming out for you in the reverse position. Nine of Wands coming out reversed. And the Hanged Man coming out reversed. Excuse me, Hanged Man's upright. It just looks reversed. So overall, the main theme here is equal give and take for the rest of the month. Happy birthday, Capricorn. That's why you're coming first, is because we're celebrating your birthday this month. I'm also a Capricorn, so I'm doing my best to be unbiased, but the rest of the month is really about this equal give and take with the Six of Stars. This is an energy of reciprocity. It's also about focusing on paying off debt, making sure that the people around you aren't wasting your time, making sure that your responsibilities are being handled efficiently is the key word. Obviously, this is something that needs to happen in terms of paying your bills, keeping a roof over your head, showing up for work, being accountable, all of that business. But we don't want to overdo it. We're not trying to go full steam ahead with these things that we're ambitiously chasing. We're just kind of a little bit here, a little bit there. So really this month is about balancing your lifestyle, starting the year on the right foot, making sure that you give as good as you get and you get as good as you give. I see a huge focus on your health as well. With the Six of Stars here, there's this energy of trying to just bring more balance to your lifestyle, trying to find room to incorporate some important practices that boost your well-being, your ability to get out of bed in the morning without feeling sore or tired or fatigued, all of that. So I do think that the rest of this month is about trying to make sure that you have that lifestyle balance. Now let's have a look at the rest of your cards. Queen of Crystals. Firstly, a Pisces or a Libra could be significant this month. The way that I see it is this Queen of Crystals means serious business. This is someone who isn't afraid to have important conversations. It feels like a main theme here is about making decisions and doing so in a way where you're trying to look at the bigger picture, but you're also focusing on little details and going, fix that, that needs work, we need to figure out what this is. So I kind of get this vibe that either you or the people around you could be feeling micromanaged from time to time, as though there's this sort of laser focus of attention to detail. And I don't think this is a bad thing. This can be applied in a good way to the way that you're tackling the rest of this month. But there is this feeling of like nitpicking coming through with the Queen of Crystals. I think you're going to have important conversations over the next 2 weeks, and you're making some pretty big decisions about how you want to prioritize certain things moving forward. You're a bit intimidating. Quite a few people are kind of like scared because they know that when they come head to head with the Queen of Crystals always wins. So when it comes to conversations, arguments, or even just back and forth messaging, you're always coming through as someone who's very articulate, who puts a lot of effort into the words that you're using, and who is impossible to defeat. You're always coming out as the winner. Not that it's a competition, but it's intimidating. You come across as very intelligent. Now, if you're hoping to hear back from someone in the next 2 weeks who's a professional or who has some professional information or advice, I do think that it's up to you to react appropriately to what they say to you. This may not apply to everyone that's watching, but you're going to need to take a little bit of a breath, compose yourself, and then give a response which will give you the best possible outcome in that situation. You're handling your business really well with the Queen of Crystals coming out. I keep hearing the word intimidating, so just keep that in mind. Take it as you will. I don't see it as a bad thing, but I'm biased, I reckon. Now, with the Three of Stars reversed, company is being very selective for the rest of this month in terms of the people around you. You're being selective. It's kind of like you're giving a low profile, actually. Someone could be waiting to hear from you, a friend or a family member. The Three of Stars reversed always makes me think of cousins, siblings, and colleagues. So it feels like you're dodging someone here. And it could just be that, you don't have time for everybody, right? Six of Stars, we're not out here trying to do the most. We're just trying to handle what we have to. So I think this is encouragement more than anything from the universe to just, you don't need to show up for everybody. You don't need to put your business out there for everybody. And there will be time, I think, in the coming month to really catch up with people who you love and value, but who you haven't been able to see this month. Three of Stars reversed, low profile, keeping your circle small, and trying to tackle things on your own. Is that a positive thing though, Spirit? Is it good for them to do this? Instead of collaborating or asking for help, Three of Stars, you're kind of going, I can do it. I got this. I'm kind of better by myself anyway. Is there any further clarification you can give about this Three of Stars energy, please, Spirit? Oops. Lots of pentacles, but are we surprised, really? Pentacles are going to come out for an earth sign. We have the Sun. It's not a bad thing. It's about your mental health. It's about taking care of you, prioritizing your needs, being selfish in a good way. And also, like, the people who love you will understand you. The people you've known since childhood aren't going to hold this against you. They're going to work with you. They're going to go, okay, Cap just needs some time to themselves. We're going to postpone that lunch date, or we're going to postpone that family meeting, We're going to give them all the space they need, and we'll catch up with them when we can. So don't feel too guilty for prioritizing your mental health for the next 2 weeks, for keeping a low profile, and for making sure that you actually are handling your business. I also think that when it comes to your business, take it slowly with the Three of Stars reversed. Don't try to tackle the mountain, just one step at a time and see how it feels. Because again, it's about balance, right? And if you're doing nothing, that's also important because it's rest time, which is why we have the Nine of Wands reversed. I think in the next 2 weeks, you really need to start thinking creatively about the challenges you encounter in terms of your capacity. The Nine of Wands is a card of energy and perseverance by really like triumphing and pushing yourself to your limit capacity wise. When it's reversed, it means that there's ways for you to work smarter, not harder, so that you're not burning out. You don't want to start the year with burnout. That's what I want to say, Capricorn. Nine of Wands reversed. In the next 2 weeks, you're going to be forced to do something differently because what you were doing before was burning you out. These are creative strategies, creative solutions. This is also giving yourself enough time off alone, not with other people, not distracting yourself with another project or hobby or interest, like truly just resting by yourself in blissful solitude. Prioritizing time for that in the next 2 weeks is really important. Is there anything else with that Nine of Wands that I might be missing? Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles upright. I feel good about this. Ace of Cups reversed at the back of the deck. I think this is beautiful. This is not a make or break situation. This is not, bad news. This is preventing something from getting worse, and you're going to feel it within your body. So even if you didn't watch this reading, you would see warning signs and you would go, ugh, this isn't good. We're only in January and I already feel really worn out. So this is just confirmation more than anything, this message about listening to your body, listening to your mood, especially because Capricorns can be moody. If you start noticing that you're moodier than usual, it means you need more time out by yourself. You need to start in the next 2 weeks giving yourself time to just not give to other people, if that makes sense. So Seven of Pentacles upright, this is a practice that needs to be implemented regularly and consistently over time. It's not just about the next 2 weeks, it's about the rest of 2025, to be honest with you. And it's also about measuring your expectations when it comes to the timing of these things that you're working so hard towards. A Nine of Wands reversed isn't a failure, it's a pause in the journey so that we can continue in a more successful way. So remember that you're still on track, you're still making progress, but we need a pause so that overall the progress you're making is going to be the most successful because of these moments of rest, recharge, and redirection. So that's what we're seeing with the Nine of Wands. We're on to our last card now. And just saw that moody Capricorns, hell yeah, very relatable for me. With the Hanged Man upright, honestly, I think this is going to be a little bit more spiritual than you expected. The next 2 weeks with the Hanged Man, you don't have to go on some crazy pilgrimage of the soul, but this is a really deep moment where it feels like your soul over the next 2 weeks is constantly craving your attention. It's like no matter how much you want to get back on track and start doing things and ticking boxes and feeling productive and making money, or even just, feeling like you're making progress, your soul is still craving attention. And it's feeling really frustrating. Like there's another side of you that is at odds with your practicality and your logic. But really, with the Hanged Man being here, your soul is craving attention because there's more to your experience than meets the eye. The Hanged Man presents in any reading, regardless of who you are, where you come from, it presents as a way of giving you a new perspective on your life and on your circumstances. So in the next 2 weeks, you have this opportunity to kind of step back and look at things in a different way. And I think for it to be the Hanged Man, it's uncomfortable, right? You're in Capricorn season. We just went through a full moon. You're feeling the weight of your recent birthday. If you're a Capricorn sun, if you're a Capricorn moon, you're still in this sort of mixed feelings energy. And your soul is like, look at me, see me. And you're like, I don't want to. That feels too heavy. That feels too dark. That feels too deep. If I think too much about that, it might make me sad. But what's happening here with the Hanged Man reversed is your soul is saying, you need to start this year with the intention of making more time for moments to just be still, reflective, and aware of your feelings, which is it feels uncomfortable channeling. It feels like, oh, like that's too heavy. I don't want to start the year like that. That's too heavy. So what is happening here with this Hanged Man? How does this start, Spirit? Your mental health is honestly going to need to be a priority for the next 2 weeks, whether you're, just focusing on being happy and positive and present, or whether you're actually trying to ask some pretty big questions and even introspect on how far you've come and what the next 5 years of your life is going to look at. Big questions. You're asking yourself very profound questions that impact the way you see yourself and the way you want other people to see you. And for some of you, it's been lingering beneath the surface, but in the next 2 weeks, it's rising and it's forcing you to confront it with your conscience. At the back of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles reversed, which is honestly a card that I would say is very Capricorn-esque. This Hanged Man with the Queen of Pentacles gives feelings of insecurity a little bit, of uncertainty about the future. Mostly because the Queen of Pentacles likes to know that what they're giving their time and their effort and their consistency to is paying off. A Queen of Pentacles doesn't commit easily, but when they do, they're in it for a lifetime. So you're thinking about that in the next 2 weeks. What am I committed to? Where am I going with this? What does the next 5 years look like if I continue this way? Or is it time to pull the plug and to redirect? You're really trying to manage your expectations about what the future looks like. Okay, Temperance reversed. You guys may be struggling to see eye to eye with somebody else. But this is also a feeling of not being able to see eye to eye with yourself. Temperance impacts others because it's first and foremost impacting us. We within ourselves are feeling at odds and restless. It's like we want consistency, but we just can't stay consistent. So we're craving spontaneity, but we want long-term results. There's this kind of like contradiction here in what you want versus what you're doing. And even if you were to realize like, I want this, you look over and you're like, I want that as well. So what is the advice here, Spirit? What are they supposed to do with this awareness? Once you figure out what it is you're unsettled about and you're feeling restless towards, it could be one area of your life, but I'm getting that it's bigger than that for these two cards to come out. It's about where you're at completely. Your energy is not settled. And that's very hard for someone who's, look at the back of the deck now. We have the King of Pentacles. That's very hard for someone who's ambitious and who wants long-term success and material stability. We have the Three of Swords. Okay. So what you need to do with this awareness is start opening your mind to the idea that what you wanted previously isn't what you need moving forward. You need to maybe consider other options, not act upon them. Now is not the time to fully flesh out a plan based on a possibility, but it is the time to start thinking outside the box of what we thought we wanted. In the next 2 weeks, you're introspecting and just kind of going, oh, this feels uncomfortable and I need to figure out why. And that's all you need to do. You don't have to even tell anybody about this, but you owe it to yourself to explore these uncomfortable feelings and to figure out how this is going to affect your future. Because in the future, could be 3 weeks from now, it could be 3 months from now, the Three of Swords is saying you will need to eventually have difficult conversations that impact other people about the future that you want for yourself, which could include breaking somebody else's heart with the Three of Swords reversed. So it's really important that in the next 2 weeks you figure out what these uncomfortable feelings are so that you can set yourself up for those conversations in the future. That's really what I'm seeing for you, sweet soul. I don't know how long I've been live, but I'm going to have to cut it there, rest, recharge, and do the next earth sign. It's been an absolute pleasure to read for you. I wish you all the best for the rest of January. I hope to be back at the start of February to do a reading for that month. It's been an absolute pleasure to connect, to engage. Thank you to everybody who was able to drop by live. And if you're catching this afterwards, I still wish you a wonderful month ahead. To all my Capricorns, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, etc., I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until we meet again, bye. I'm going to have to get up and turn it off though. So I shouldn't have said goodbye yet. Anyway, bye.